Hope you're all doing great. I want to talk to you in this video. It's a short video about my trip to Bogota from the 17th to the 21st of January. I'm going to do a separate video talking about the entire experience, the trip to the government area, the presidential palace, etc. But I want to do a separate short video to kind of talk about what happened when I arrived there on the 17th. You probably heard about this if you read the news. Unfortunately, not everybody does. It's all on CNN in the United States, I know that. But a group set off a bomb at I think it was either police or military academy, and killed, I think, 21 people, 21, 22, I don't remember what it was, and injured about 80 people, okay? So it was a pretty somber occasion. Unfortunately, I would say the last 5 trips that I made to Bogota, I ran into protests 3 out of the 5 times. I mean that, So I guess on Thursday, this military group, I won't mention any names in this video. I'm never getting involved in politics in another country. And you guys that are new here should learn that. Don't discuss in the open these paramilitary groups or about the government. The locals can do it. You can listen in, but I would advise you not to get involved with the discussion. Because you never know. I met someone who actually was for the military, the paramilitary group, okay? I didn't know that. So I listened, thank God I didn't say anything, I was listening. You never know which side they're going to be on, okay? I would say the majority of the people here are on the government side, but you never know which people you might meet that are actually, support the guerrilla groups, and they're not only 2. We know about the 2 big ones, okay, that's all in the news, but I learned there are others. There are probably 5 or 6 more, or maybe more than that. Because one time I was going to make a trip to a pueblo, do some videos and so forth, and I was told, don't do it. I mean, what are you talking about? What's the big deal? I've been all over the country. You said, no, don't do it. You said, it's not a good time to go to this pueblo, because this group is active. I said, never heard of this group. I know the 2 big ones. Just said, nah, there are probably about 6 other groups you never heard of. And I said, really? I had no idea. I said, yeah. So I mentioned other groups that I'd never heard of. I heard the 2 big ones that we all knew about. We know that one big one, FARC, we can mention that one. That's been in the news. They signed an agreement with the government. They have people in parliament right now, which is a good thing. No more fighting from them. But the other group, I wasn't aware of this. I learned something new, because when the bomb went off, and somebody in the hotel tried telling me about who they thought it was, I said, what do you mean? They signed an agreement with the government, didn't they? They said, no. One did, other did not. So I wasn't aware of that, So I learned something new. They said this other one did not sign an agreement, and they're still fighting with the government. They have some people in, I guess, Cuba that were discussing, some terms, but nothing has been signed, So I think that group actually already claimed responsibility, so you can read the paper about it. I'm going to mention their names. I've learned, from traveling that I do not get involved with these people in the discussion, these groups. You never know who's going to be on their side. You just stay away from the politics. That's my advice to you people, okay? All right? So they set a bomb off, get killed like 20 or 21 people, and injured about 80. And I think that was Thursday, and on Sunday, I was in my hotel room late. I sleep late, and with the window closed, so because keep it dark. And I heard this buzzing noise, this noise for about half an hour, maybe an hour. I was going back out of sleep, and then I said, "What is that noise?" I thought it was a neighbor next door, and I said, "What is that noise?" So got dressed, I looked out the window, and there it was. It's a protest. So it's been going on for probably an hour or more. So it's a long group. I went downstairs, took some videos. So I'm going to show you some of these videos from that. It's not a protest against something. It's for support, or you could say it's against a guerrilla group. It says support peace, not terrorism. But it's a support of the military or the police. So we had tons of police officers that were there along the route, and the people were actually supporting them, going to talk to them, shaking their hands, hugging them. I saw in some cases a few of the lady officers got emotional, wiping their eyes. It was really cool. See that they really appreciate the support from, you know, the people. You know, these were thousands of people, you know. Like I say, whenever I go to Bogota, since it's the capital, I guess, you know, something's always happening. You know, and I just hope and pray that these guys figure it out and come to an agreement. I just don't want to target civilians, you know. We're here, I like it here. I'm retired here, I live here now. I want to invest here, buy a business or apartment or something. And so that's not good for, you know, tourism or investments if stuff that happening to civilians. Obviously, it makes sense, you know. So I hope they settle it soon. But I would say, guys, if you come from another country, when you go to a country, learn the history of the country. Some of these groups have been fighting for 50 years, you know. Learn the history, whether it's Colombia, whether it's Ecuador, it could be, you know, Peru, you know, wherever you go, Argentina. Learn the history of the country if you're going to live there. Learn the politics of the country, learn what groups are fighting the government. Just learn all that stuff so you can be aware of your surroundings and where to go, where not to go. Just don't get involved and just don't pick a side. Just listen in and that's it, you know. Unless it's a really, really close friend, like your girlfriend or your wife or something, you can talk about it. But I wouldn't suggest that you talk about it, because I met someone once that actually supported the guerrilla group, you know. But I would say 90% of the people, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me, folks. I'm not an expert here. I think from what my experience is, the majority of the people support the government and don't support the guerrilla groups. But I'm not an expert on it. I'm telling you right now. So that if I'm wrong on something, just don't get upset. Just correct me in the comment section, okay? I'm no expert. I don't plan to be an expert. When I was in Bogota last year, I think it was last year. Let's see if I can find a video of that too and show you. I ran into a protest against the teachers strike for higher wages. I was in the government center where the presidential palace is, and you know, here came down the main square towards the street towards the big square, this protest. You know, I wasn't aware of it, and ended up being about 500,000 people. It was kind of scary. You wonder if something goes off here. You got cops in there, people are chanting, and you know, it's scary because something that could blow up any minute. You know, with these protests. Like Sunday, I got involved in a protest. Just walked down, help support. You know, show my support, which was good. But you never know when something's going to happen in these protests. You know, and what if they were tried to bomb the crowd? You know, I don't know. You know, so I would say be careful, stay away from these protests if you see them. And just don't get involved and pick any sides. But when I was there last year, or not a year or the year before, I tried to see if I can find a video. I just ran into about 500,000 people surrounding me, came towards the government center, the square in Bogota, and it just got really scary. Got really scary because something happened. You know, you get trampled, you know, beat up or whatever. So, you know, I got out of there. Took 5 videos and I got out of there. If I find video of that, I'll post that also. Okay, I look for that. But just look at the video and see what happened with the protests. And I'll do another video about my entire experience, you know, all 4 days in Bogota. Okay? Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Tell all your friends about it too. All right? Have a good night. Thanks for your support. Good morning. It's a Sunday morning here in Bogota. I'm laying in bed there, man. At I don't know, 10 o'clock. I keep hearing this buzzing noise, like a bzz buzzing noise. Thought it was a neighbor next door, and just seemed like this buzzing noise. So let me get out of bed and see what it is. It was going on for about an hour, man, easy an hour. So I got out of bed, looked down from the hotel on 9th floor, saw another protest, big protest. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. All right, I'll report it and see what this protest is about. All right, talk to you later. I was in bed sleeping at about 8 o'clock this morning, and I hear this noise. I didn't forget what it was. You know, I just hear this noise all the time, and I said, let me go check it out. Look out the window, another protest. Every time I'm in Bogota, there's a damn protest. I think I'm to the end of it now. Every time I'm here is a protest. I don't know why it's a protest. Every time I come, it's a protest. It's crazy. What's it for? I don't know. It goes way down there. It's way up that way.
contra la paz, contra el terrorismo.
Yo, ¿por qué protestan?
Séptima.
Séptima?
Séptima.
¿Por qué séptima?
Séptima.
¿Para dinero?
Sí, séptima.
Oh, séptima. I don't know what séptima is, but it's para séptima.
Séptima.
Ah. Okay, guys, we know Spanish. It's séptima. Just another protest in Bogota. Always one. Gotta figure out which one this is about. Look for some signs or something. I don't know. They're all wearing some kind of jacket. So something else. And I'll find out from somebody in a minute what it's about. But she's way down there. I'm towards the end of it now. But you know, another day in Bogota, bro. Another day in Bogota. It's been going on for a long time. Just decided to come check it out.
Por eso,
So the protest has to do with terrorism, I think. So I bought this sign from this guy, right there, saying no terrorism. So sorry, I put it down here so you can see it. So I must tell you, man, Bogota has the most beautiful policed, most beautiful policewoman I've ever seen in Bogota. I won't lie to you. They have so many of them. There's some of the most beautiful policewomen here. God, man. So I paid 2,000 pesos for this right here. So I'm joining the protest. It's against terrorism. And you know, why not, right? That's something you want to be protesting against. So here I go. I'm jumping right in with the rest of them. Hope nothing happens, right? Just because all the cops got blown up, they're supporting the cops or the military from the protests, from the bombing on Thursday. That's what it seems to be about. All right, you can join a little longer, and what else? I'm nothing else to do.
Los hombres y mujeres en Colombia, pero también hay que continuar en la búsqueda de la paz completa.
es una marcha de todos los colombianos, ¿no? Esto no tiene tinte político, es por la paz y contra el terrorismo.
No tiene tinte partidista porque nada más político que la paz. Es que la paz es el proyecto que nos permite vivir en reconciliación. La paz es el proyecto que nos va a permitir salir de ser uno de los países más desiguales del mundo. La paz es el país que nos va a permitir escuchar las voces de los niños, los tambores.
The protest is longer than I thought. I thought it was over about 10 minutes ago when I saw a break in it. Then all of a sudden, there's more. It's starting again, different groups. You know, so I think I saw pictures of people who got shot, killed, I guess, in the bombing. And I guess probably family members, and they were crying. And different groups going on, so it's still going on. It's longer than I thought. It's still going on. So this shit's still going on. Different groups behind this one. So it's pretty long. It's very long. Wow. There you go again. More support of the police. Shaking their hand, telling them good things. It's happening all over. Look at this too. Pictures with all the cops. I need to get in on this picture. Look at that. That's nice. Take pictures of all of them. Look at this. This is neat right here. The line, lining up to shake the hands of the police officers. It's actually a line going down, shaking up their hands. This is neat. This is some good shit right here, man. This is nice to see. Wow. This shit would be on TV. Line up, shaking their hands. That's support of the police. Oh, this is cool. This is so cool. Man, this is so cool. Look at that. They're thanking them. Big support, big time support. This is something I gotta get out there on the video. The line's getting longer and longer now. Oh man, this is so cool. Telling them, talking to them too. Wow. Now the line's getting longer and longer. Oh shit, line, they go all the way down there. Oops. Oh, the line's getting longer now. Wow. This is really cool to see. This is really cool to see, man. I'm telling you. This is some support. Nice. Again, hugs and kisses. Wow. Oh, one girl is crying. She got emotional. Officer got emotional here. She's crying. Oh man, that's cool. She's got emotional. She's crying. Wow. Wow. That's cool. They have a lot of female officers here. It's just amazing. I've never seen so many, and some nice young girls and beautiful girls. You have so many beautiful officers in Bogota. I don't know why. No other city in Colombia has this many women. So these last two clips what I told you about for previous protests. Was making it up, folks. Yeah, so one, I'll just show you maybe 2 clips from each protest. One was about discrimination. I guess minorities there from Choco and other areas were talking about discrimination. The other was the teachers' protest for salary. That was the scariest one, because that one surprised me. I was just down in the courthouse area by the government building, and it just started coming upon us. And it just got really scary, and a lot of people were there. You know, so it kind of got out of there. But it's the 2 other protests I told you about, in addition to the one that happened last week. All right? A lot happens in Bogota.